Hey everyone, welcome to Pageant Professors. In the second part of our interview with Lydia Hu, Miss Sinergy 2012, she shares what makes the Miss Sinergy pageant so unique, gives us the scoop on the Libby Ross Foundation, and where to find her during her reign.
At Miss USA and Miss America and a lot of those other national pageants, you're often representing your home state, whether it's Maryland or DC or California. But with Miss Sinergy, it's a national platform. Mm-hmm. How does that work? And tell us a little more about the Miss Sinergy organization.
Well, the wonderful thing about the Miss Sinergy title is, as you said, Preeta, it is a national title. So you're really not restricted to your jurisdictional territory. So although I'm from Maryland, I can come to DC and partake in events or go to New York where the Libby Ross Foundation is based and assist in events there. So in that regard, it's amazing. The Miss Sinergy pageant is also founded on philanthropic principles. And for example, the actual Miss Sinergy pageant benefited the Libby Ross Foundation, which is devoted to raising awareness and providing support for breast cancer survivors. And I'm really excited to further their charitable mission in this coming year. But the Miss Sinergy pageant also is partnered with other organizations such as Becky's Fund, which is devoted to raising awareness about domestic violence. And I'm really excited in furthering that cause because I have experience with domestic violence from my internship in the legal clinic in Baltimore.
So one of the interesting things too is that there are all types of people competing at Miss Sinergy. Mm-hmm. So it's not just former title holders or former pageant contestants, but you as first runner-up at Miss Maryland and top 5 at Miss Maryland, how did you make the jump from the USA system into Pageants with a Purpose?
Well, when you're doing pageants, you start to get to know a lot of people who are active in the pageant community. And I was just aware that the Miss Sinergy pageant was recently founded. This was the 3rd year that they had it. And I just kind of kept my finger on the pulse, and I knew that the Miss Sinergy pageant was coming around again. And I quickly entered as soon as I knew that they're accepting applications.
So oftentimes a big factor that comes into play when people are making decisions about competing in a pageant is the entry fee, which can oftentimes be pretty steep. We hear that Miss Sinergy does not have an entry fee. Is that true?
That's true. It seems too good to be true, but that is true. So any woman who is interested in devoting herself to amazing causes can absolutely enter the Miss Sinergy pageant for no cost.
So in terms of pageant format, a lot of girls are used to prelims, cut down to a top 15, to a top 10, etc. But the Miss Sinergy format isn't quite like that, right? There's no prelims. How does that work?
It is very different. It's unique. After you're accepted as a contestant, the Miss Sinergy organization posts contestant photographs on the website, and the contestants are charged with the responsibility of rallying for themselves and collecting enough votes so they can advance to the next round. And the next round is the onstage portion, and only 20 contestants are permitted to compete on the onstage portion. So I personally use Facebook and Twitter and email to ask my friends and family members to vote for me, and I managed to rally enough votes so I had a spot on stage.
So it's been under a month since your crowning, but I know you've been out there doing a ton of great events. Can you tell us about some of the appearances you've had so far?
Sure, they have been amazing. The Miss Sinergy organization is awesome at getting appearances for their title holders. Within the first week, I was walking in a fashion show for Crystal Jo, her new fall launch. It's an amazing fashion line created by Crystal Hannon. And then I recently also participated in the Becky's Fund Walk This Way event, which took place at the Andrew Mellon Auditorium a couple weeks ago. It was such a great cause that raised money for domestic violence awareness and prevention and putting an end to dating violence, which I think is so important and such an important message these days. So I had the opportunity to walk in that fashion show and be a part of the night's events, which was amazing. And I look forward to other events. We have one coming up here this Friday. I think it's November 18th. It's a partnership between Miss Sinergy and Gila Salon and Jimmy Choo, and we're having a fashion show / sale of shoes at the salon, and a portion of the proceeds will be benefiting the Libby Ross Foundation. So I'm very excited to be a part of that event as well.
And that's in Washington, D.C.?
It's in Chevy Chase, Maryland.
And where can people go to get more information about that event?
Well, I encourage everyone to friend me on Facebook, Lydia S. Hu, and my profile will contain information about all the events there.
Wonderful. So 2012 is a big year for you. You're Miss Sinergy 2012, and we hear you have some other big plans on the horizon.
Yes, I'm getting married.
Ah!
Yay! Yes, I'm getting married in September, so very excited.
Really busy year for you.
Yes.
So for girls who are thinking about competing in Miss Sinergy, do they contact you? Do they reach out to the Sinergy website? How do they go about that?
Sure, I would encourage anybody who's interested in learning about the Sinergy organization or becoming the next Miss Sinergy 2013 to absolutely contact me. I'm happy to answer any and all questions, and I will encourage anyone to do it because it's a fabulous opportunity and a fabulous experience, and I think all women should have the opportunity to do this.
Wonderful. Thank you again for sitting down with us.
Thank you.
Did you know that there are some really common mistakes that girls make during the evening gown portion of their competition? Click on the link in the description below and you'll be taken to our website for a free 30-minute long training course. By the end of it, you'll learn how to avoid these common mistakes and master the evening gown portion of your competition today.